Hello and welcome to our podcast episode. This episode is titled Science Fiction versus Dystopia. And the title of our podcast is Friends or Foes. We are focusing on books. So, do we want to jump into your genre or do we want to start with my genre?
I'll start it off with mine I will be talking about dystopian novels, aka the gritty, terrible realities of really messed up futures.
Yep.
Let's start off right with, say, Animal Farm, which technically doesn't take place in the future, but is still counted as a dystopian novel. It is by George Orwell, the man, the myth, the legend. It takes place in a farm, obviously, Animal Farm. It takes place from the views of all the different cattle and farm animals there, and it's an uprising of how they're treated. They are treated very poorly by the owner of the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Barely fed, or fed just to be eaten. You know, normal farming activities. But the animals get sick of it. So the pigs, because they're the smartest animal, start the other animals with an uprising to arrive against the humans, which they do end up taking over the farm.
Pigs do.
Yes, the pigs, not the rest of the animals, because the other animals are pushed below the pigs.
Yep.
Because they all started with equality and all animals are built the same and everyone deserves to be treated with respect no matter what kind of animal you are.
Mm-hmm.
Until the pigs actually get into power.
Yeah.
Then it was all animals have freedoms except some.
Like those animals who walk on two legs have more intelligence than those who walk on four.
Bingo. And I just want to say Boxer did not deserve the glue factory.
No, I was so sad reading that part.
He did not deserve that.
No.
Rest in peace, Boxer. But it's a great representation of what dystopian novels are. They're usually not positive in many ways because,
yeah.
I mean, look at anything else connected to that group. 1984, also made by George Orwell. This man has a streak with depressing books. It takes place in a world ravished by overstepping government, known as Big Brother, as in, like, you cannot have your own thoughts. You are nothing but a sheep or another cog in the machine.
Yeah.
If you have any opposing thoughts or aggression towards the Big Brother, you will be taken out, aka killed or brainwashed more.
Yep. And
just taken care of in any sort of way they seem fit.
Mm-hmm. That kind of falls into like the same category as another dystopian book, The Giver. The Giver, like, their society is their government is very controlling, which then in turn society is also controlling each other. And that's like a world where everything is given to you. The government doesn't even, like, it's not government, but it's more of where they live. They can't see color except for, like, the main character, because he's turned into the historian, who then has, like, all of the memories of, like, the real world and, like, all the colors and all that stuff. But the Giver has, like, the controlling aspect, and they can't pick what they want to eat, pick what they want their job to be, or even their spouse. They're given all of that by the government.
Okay, they have no individuality. You are told what you are to do, no matter if it's you are a postman or a nurse. You don't choose that. The government chooses it for you. The
government also, in The Giver, the government also controls how many children are allowed to be born in a year.
Do they also control, like, how they're born? Like, who can have the kids and who cannot?
Yes and no. All I know is if a family has, like, two babies that, like, twins, one of the twins has to be killed.
Oh.
That did happen at one point in the book. Another book that falls under the dystopian genre is Fahrenheit 451.
Ah, yes, a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Who it was written by, please remind me, I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
That is a good question.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head now. It bothers me.
What's the book about?
Well, what it's about is about a world ravished by censorship. Books are censored. If you're kind of in the movie, a bunch of different media is censored, but if you're focusing just on the book, which we prefer to do, it's all books that, like, The Giver would be banned. 1984 is mentioned and it is burned, which is the whole point of this book. Yep. If there's any sort of book that could cause conflict or self-questioning, I would say, or like questioning the world they live in, it's burned and got rid of.
Mm-hmm.
But the scary thing about it is, it's not the government that's doing it. It's the people that live in this world that are doing it. It's literally just normal people being like, get this out of here. Mm-hmm. Which then you think, oh, then it's a positive thing. No, people are beaten down into a dumbness almost. Like, dumb enough to take sleeping pills until they, overdose, like the wife of the main character, Guy Montag.
Mm-hmm. The author of the book is Ray Bradbury. He does a very good job of writing that book and like showing the dystopian features in the book.
Which a big one is unhappiness. I mean, even the ending is bitter. Like, I mean, the world or the city they live in getting bombed.
Yeah.
His wife dying, and he's left with a group of a bunch of old guys. Well, I don't think they're specified old, but like a bunch of guys that are the books. They don't own the books, but they have the memory of the story in their head forever to pass down.
Yeah. So let's jump into our other genre, science fiction, which is more my genre of books. So some books that fall into the science fiction genre are like Dune, Brave New World in a series. I call it Uglies because that's just the first book of the series. And that one's the science fiction genre, like the books, more focus on like technological advances, and words.
Do 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 do.
You're not helping. More of like advanced technology and stuff like futuristic. Yeah. So it's more like in the Ugly series, it's like pretty much advanced technology, like AI type stuff, like an interactive closet or like these magnetic tracks that are throughout all the cities for these hoverboards that they use to get around. And also like they also have like a surgery that they have to do in order to become pretty. It's like all those aspects of the books make it a science fiction book. Another book that I mentioned, Brave New World, that one's more of duplicating people, like having your main person, to say, and then just making copies of that person. It's just replicas. And then Dune is more of a spacey science fiction. It has all of these spacey creatures.
Like the snakes, the tremor snakes, as I would know them as, which is not a reference to a book. It's more of a horror movie, but we'll get to that later on. So what is a commonality with the endings in sci-fi books?
Sci-fi books usually likes to wrap up in a neat resolution, meaning everything becomes a new normal, or they have come to terms on an agreement, more of a happier tone to an ending.
So unlike dystopian, when it's usually more negative, like character dies or something, it's more on an uplifting note than anything.
Yeah. Like in the Ugly series is like they come to terms with not everybody has to be pretty. People can be ugly too, but it's like nobody has to be perfect.
So it's like breaking down a establishment type situation.
Yeah.
Like all this positive energy, we don't have to be the way they want us to be.
Yeah, it's like breaking like the stereotype of like being who people want us to be, just be yourself.
So more positive notes and more happy.
Yeah.
Unlike Dystopia.
So let's talk about like the appeal of the books to the audiences, like maturity and like age versus maturity.
Okay, well, I want to start off with this one, with the big one, because dystopian novels are a lot darker and a lot more heavier tone than, let's just say, any other book. Because we're required to read some dystopian novels in school. Animal Farm, Giver, which I never had to read because I went online during that time.
Mm-hmm. And Fahrenheit 451 was a book that we read earlier this year.
Yep, and also we forgot 1984.
Oh, yeah.
It's for advanced readers, but personally...
AP English.
Yep, because I'm a nerd. I like my dystopian novels, so I had to jump on and grab a copy. But a common appeal with this is, like me, I agree with a lot of people that say this, is they're more darker tone. I don't like happy, uplifting messages. Not saying that just to be like, oh, screw happiness. No, it's just because it's a more gritty and almost more commonality with the world we live in.
Yeah.
That a lot of things aren't always rainbows and sunshine. So you have like 1984, where the main character, in the end, you think he's going to start an uprising and win like a sci-fi novel would.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up getting brainwashed and then killed.
Oh.
It's not a happy ending. There's no big saving America or whatever world they live in. It's just, oh, well, I guess we're continuing this.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's really depressing, actually. Or like how in Fahrenheit 451, it's not a happy ending. I mean, I guess you could look at it on the positive side, but
you can tell that there's more darker tones to that ending.
I mean, yeah, the city gets bombed. Montag loses his wife. He's left with a group of men that only remember the books, which I want to ask, or I want to think about something is, memory is hazy.
Mm-hmm.
So how realistic is it going to be for them to remember all those books?
Right.
So are they actually going to be able to build a world with all these stories they so proudly remember, or are they going to get shifted, changed, used for an agenda like we've seen in reality?
Yeah. That's a good thing to point out.
I'd really love to ask Ray Bradbury that, but, he's sadly
dead.
Gone. Yeah, he's dead.
So my take on this is you shouldn't have to be a certain age to read, like, these books. It's more on where you think your maturity level is, and, like, you know what you can and can't read. You know your limits. So if you know that you shouldn't read certain books, then stick to that. Don't read what people tell you to read. Be like, hey, read that book. But you shouldn't read it.
Well, there's also some subjects that preferably I don't think I could have read when I was younger. Like, growing up in the childhood I did, I don't think I could have read like 1984 because it was just really dark, really sad, and I don't think it would have been healthy. Now, as I get older, do I think people should read these books as they age? Like, once you hit, I would say 15, 16, or not even an age, just enough maturity to understand the impact of these books,
yeah,
I think you should read them, especially Fahrenheit 451, Brave New World, which is actually coming up on my list to read personally, 1984.
Mm-hmm.
They're all great books, and they all have a good message. And it goes with sci-fi, too, because sci-fi dabbles in some stuff like that. Like, I mean, I want to talk about, I don't know, let's see, Dune, where aren't they going to different planets? Isn't that what?
Yeah, it's like the different planets in this different universe. And I haven't read much of it, but I know it's, I don't know.
Fair enough.
Personally, I've only gotten like 20 pages in.
Fair. I was about to say, now, we should talk about something with this, with sci-fi and dystopian, mostly dystopian, but sci-fi and dystopian have a little bit of this. Banned books. The banning of books, I should say.
Yeah. Like, the Giver falls under that, because it's like in schools, the board, like the school board, decides like, hey, we shouldn't read these books in school. Like Fahrenheit, no, The Giver's banned.
So it's 1984.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you are right. Fahrenheit 451 is banned too.
Brave New World is actually banned.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it in our English class for
Interesting. I didn't expect that because it's more of a positive out. Well, now it doesn't end positively. If you know,
It does not.
the actual ending of Brave New World is the main character, who is a Catholic in a atheist society, ends up locking himself in a lighthouse, I'm pretty sure, and he can't accept the world the way it is. He fell in love with a girl, but she doesn't love him the way he wants to be loved, as in the old school way of how relationships work. Because this whole society is super advanced, super progressive.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So now let's talk about, let's circle back to our title of our podcast, Friends or Foes. Would we say that these genres are friends, or would you say that they're foes?
Now, because sci-fi does look on a more positive note, I see in media and a lot of things across media is they're used together a lot.
Yeah.
Because the whole futuristic new technology, I mean, with the Hunger Games, look at that.
Right.
Futuristic world, healing items that you can't even comprehend, like the cream that she rubs on the bee sting when she's in the tree after killing one of the kids from, I think, the 4th area.
District 4?
District 4, thank you. Yeah, I think that's...
Or District 2?
I can't remember. It's one of the girls from one of those districts she kills with the hornet's nest.
District 2.
Is it District 2?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And just to see all this magical power, but then to see the grittiness and the world, the way the world works. Like, I mean, where's Katniss from? District 12, right?
Yeah.
The mining town that is left in the slums. It's barely survivable. I mean, how many people die on a daily just because of illness or lack of food?
Or from explosions in the mine, like her dad.
And yeah.
Yeah.
And the other miners that were struck down there. And nobody seemed to care because it's District 12. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's the poor working class. Not even, it's working class, but it's the lowest of the low working class. And can I just say, Rue did not deserve to die that way.
She did not.
And then stabbed in the stomach.
Rue.
That made me cry a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So.
But I would say they are definitely friends in this situation.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that. So I think that's all we have time for.
That it is.
All right. So this is Audrey.
This is Zach.
Signing off.